we have the initial disclaimer. All the contents that we share today are for information purposes only, and it cannot be used for any investment decisions or due diligence. So please take care of what you follow and what we discuss today. So let's quickly go through the agenda that we have for today. So first, we talk about what is risk and how we're going to quantify the risk. And next, go deep into the aspects of systemic and non-systemic risk. After that, we talk about the modern portfolio theory and again more interesting and specific aspects of the modern portfolio theory, the capital asset pricing model, and beta security market line, followed by the beta itself in detail. So the initial $1 million question: what is risk? So risk, as you see, can be well described in the picture that you see behind me in terms of an umbrella. So as you can see today, everyone it rains and everyone carry an umbrella when it rains. So you cannot avoid rain, but you can protect yourself against the rain. So that's pretty much how risk modern portfolio theory is. So you cannot avoid the risk that is there in the market, but you can protect yourself against the risk using an umbrella. But when you have an umbrella, you should also know how big an umbrella you need. So that is where how we quantify the risk using mathematical terms. So in terms of in an investment scenario, if you want to define a risk, you can call it as how likely the absolute return will lead to the expected return. So if you want to further simplify the term, it can also be called as the uncertainty in investments. So here, as you can see, if you expect something green is going to something that's at the expected return on what's there in the green in the graph is going to happen, but more often than not, the blue happens. So that the difference between that is the risk in the market. So again, in terms of quantifying risk, you can quantify risk using the standard deviation. The standard deviation, the higher the standard deviation that you have, the higher the risk in the market. So, if you want to talk about how you diversify risk, so you have there's a way in which you can there's a sweet spot between the mean return that you get from the market and also the risk that is there in the market. So this can be explained. From the example below. So here you can see that you have two different stocks, and one stock you expect a return of 8%, other stock is about 12%. But the risk is there in both the stocks is different, 5 and 9% respectively. And another aspect that you can see here is the correlation coefficient. So how the both stocks are moving together in the market. That's a correlation coefficient. So here you can see that there's a point here around the weight is 40. So you have a standard deviation of 6.95, but you get a return of 10.4. So that's 40% of the first stock and 60% of the second stock. So likewise, as you increase the number of stocks in your portfolio, there is a point in which you can get an expected return at lesser risk than the usually used to take if you invest everything in a single stock. So going back, how does diversification reduce risk? So here again we have the concepts of systemic and non-systemic risk. So if I have to explain diversification in a more simple term, let's take the concept of coin flips, where if you have 3 different coins, and if you have one coin where you have to flip and you expect it to be in head, but you have 50-50 chance of getting a head or a tail. But when you have 3 different coins and you expect it to be a head, the chances of getting a head is higher. So that's how diversification works. So as the more diverse securities you have, the number of risk in the market is lesser. So the important concept here is the diversity in the securities. So the more diverse securities you have, the better the lower the risk. So going further into the concepts of risk itself, there are 2 different definitions that is there: systemic and non-systemic risk. So non-systemic risk is something that is caused by random events that happen in the world. So for example, lawsuits, the contracts that's there in a particular company. So all these things are specific to a firm or a company, but it's not universal to all the stocks in the market. So, but since in the portfolio you will have different stocks, you will not have both the stocks being affected by the same news. So in that case, your portfolio effects are eliminated because of this aspect. But just to talk about examples for non-systemic risk. So we have 2 different macro changes that happened over the last year. So one is the Brexit and the other is Donald Trump's presidency. So because of Brexit, there was a big battle. The pound took a beating in the market, and it fell a lot. And when it comes to Donald Trump's presidency, because of Trump, there are a lot of positive things that happen in US equities, and US equities have been taking over the last 3 months. So if in case there's a scenario where you have UK stocks and also US equity stocks, you're pretty much safe over the end of the year because both the fluctuations in the market is being eliminated. In fact, risk became so synonymous with Trump that the Wall Street traders also started calling risk on, risk off, and they started calling this Trump on and Trump off now because of how risk has been synonymous with Trump recently. So, going further in terms of systemic risk, this can also be called as market risks. So, they systematically affect almost all the securities that is there in your portfolio. So, it can be a macroeconomic factor like a war, inflation, or recession, which affects all the securities that is there in your portfolio, despite the fact that every security also has its own non-systemic risk. Systemic risk is something that you cannot eliminate and you cannot avoid, but you can control the non-systemic risk, which is what the modern portfolio theory talks about. So that's a bit of history about the modern portfolio theory, and it was first published in 1952, a paper called Portfolio Selection by Harry Markowitz, for which he was also awarded the Nobel Memorial Prize. Essentially, the theory is about the mean variance analysis and how to devise a mathematical framework so that you can assemble a set of securities at a minimum level of risk. And the risk here is defined by the variance in the security. So variance as such is a concept where the markets in the data that is there for a particular security is volatile. So it's not ideal in any scenario. So the movement in the security in the market is defined by variance. So moving ahead in terms of the modern portfolio theory. So the reason why it became so pervasive and so important is because of the fact that almost there are numerous assets in the market that's highly risky and very difficult for someone to pick a portfolio where in fact you can achieve a targeted set of expected return but at minimum risk. So modern portfolio achieves this scenario where you can define the risk, a minimum amount of risk that you're willing to take, and also the target return that you're expecting from the market, and the modern portfolio theory by the end gives you that. So in terms of the mathematical workings of the modern portfolio theory, you can look at it's essentially an optimization problem. So this is something that all the people in engineering and operations research are quite aware. So they call it minimize the risk with the portfolio given constraints. So you have different constraints that you have for every portfolio that you can take, and also the important concept that you have to keep in mind here is the covariance concept. Where how one stock varies with the other in terms of covariance between each other. So moving further into the modern portfolio theory, if you have set of securities, there'll be and plotted in a two-dimensional graph. You will have feasible set, which is all the securities and all the minimum level of risk. So here you have a portfolio standard deviation, the x-axis, and the mean return on the y-axis. And as you plot all the feasible set, you get a hyperbolic curve, and the entire feasible set that you have is one way where you can essentially define what amount of return you get and the risk level you're taking by taking that investment. So in the scenario where you have you seek a minimum a mean return of mu. So mu here is the average return you're willing to take. There is a point where you have a very risk averse and you want to take not willing to take a lot of risk. And you define a minimum variance portfolio where you have you choose a security which will give you the return which is average, and also the risk that you take is pretty much is the minimum risk that you take. But if you go further in terms of in the diagram as such, there's also one scenario where the hyperbolic curve that you see over the end is called the global frontier. The hyperbolic curve that you see is called the efficient frontier. So almost all the securities that fall in the efficient frontier is the choice of risk averse investor. So if you're willing to take more risk and your risk appetite is more, then you can choose the securities that is there towards the right end of the graph, and so that you can also increase the mean return at the same time taking more risk. So risk and reward are pretty much directly proportional. So if you want to get more reward from the market, you have to take more risk. But what modern portfolio theory gives you is you can ensure that you diversify investment in different securities and also achieve the targeted return at a minimum amount of risk. So next we'll talk about the capital market plan, and we'll be handling the Benjamin.
Okay, hello everybody. So I'm Benjamin, I'm a year 3 QS student. So let me elaborate more about this efficient frontier. So basically, right, why they only consider this top part, right? It's because if you see, like, for any you see, let's say I take a certain amount of risk. So let's say I take this over here, let's have an imaginary line here. I would only consider the top part of the curve, because the bottom part is going to give you a lower return as compared to here. So from your minimum point all the way until here is what we call an efficient frontier. Yeah. So we only consider this line also because for the horizontal part, right, you see from the previous slide, you always move towards this direction for a certain amount of risk. For a certain amount of return, you want the lowest amount of risk. So yeah, you always move towards this line over here. Okay. So for the capital market line, right, what they're actually introducing is actually this thing called risk-free asset. So risk-free asset is basically something which has zero variance and then with a certain amount of return. So in this graph, right, when you plot, right, it's over here because, you know, 0 and then a certain value. So when you add in this risk-free asset, right, your cap M will turn into this line. So you can prove it mathematically. So if you want to prove it, right, you can take MA 3269. They will teach you over there. Yeah. So yeah, you get these two straight lines, and then there will be this tangency point over here. So yeah, so you have this tangency point, and then we'll call it this market portfolio. So basically, right, yeah, you will get this CML line, because like I said, right, before that, you only consider the top part, you will never consider the bottom part. So yeah, this is called the efficient part. So so investors will only choose risk-free asset and market portfolio because they will allocate how much they want to invest in each one. Then so all your investors will only put a proportion in a risk-free asset and a certain proportion in market portfolio. They can also all put in risk-free asset and then or put everything in market portfolio, as you'll see in the next slide. So in the next slide, right, you can see over here that investors, because you only get this straight line, this CML line. So as what Ram said just now, if you take more risk, you expect a higher return. So you can see from this line, it shows. So over here, investor will only invest in this risk-free asset. Over here, this is where you get this investors investing a proportion in risk-free and a proportion in the market portfolio. And then over here, you get investing in all the market portfolio. So beyond this point, right, you want to get more risk and a higher return. What they do is they usually take a highly leveraged position. So they will short their risk-free asset. So they will sell it away, and then loan it away. And then they will invest more in the market portfolio. So that way they will get more higher returns, but they also take on a larger amount of risk. So yeah, this is the cap N formula. Yeah, so you get excess return on portfolio and excess return on market. This is actually a straight line, a formula of a straight line. So if you don't consider a portfolio, you consider just a single asset, right? You can change the formula such that it becomes like this. So instead of a return of a portfolio, you just get a return of an asset. And then this is the variance, right? So it's just a covariance between the asset and the market portfolio. Nothing else really changes. Yeah. So this term over here, we call it the beta, and then this we call it a market risk premium, because this is how much the returns of the market and this is how much the risk free. So it's a premium. So yeah. So this is called your CAPM model. Then so the model tells you how much asset is related to the market movement. So your beta, right, can actually be found on Yahoo Finance. Is over here. It'll be over here. Actually, most of the websites, financial websites, will have a beta. So what exactly is the beta lah? So modern portfolio theory tells us that we can reduce all the risks, all the unsystematic risk. So actually unsystematic risk is called diversifiable risk lah. So it's quite funny because unsystematic and then diversifiable, then systematic is non-diversifiable. So it's actually you have to exchange it lah. Then yeah, so when you diversify this portfolio, right, all that's left is this systematic risk, which is the non-diversifiable risk. So if you take finance, right, they will always tell you that investors are only rewarded for taking systematic risk. They will never reward you based on taking unnecessary risk, which is over here. So beta is the measure of this risk. You'll see in the next slide. So let's say I have this is diversifying, so I have more stocks, right, and then the risk, when I take in more stocks, the amount of risk will reduce. So this is actually the total risk, okay, and then this part here is this systematic risk or non-diversifiable risk, because there's no way I can go below this line, the tangent line. And this is the diversifiable risk or the unsystematic risk. So this one will reduce. This one will always stay at a certain amount, which is related to the market. So all efficient portfolios will only contain systematic risk. You will always try to diversify away all your diversifiable risk. So beta will reflect how volatile the portfolio is as compared to the market. So if the investment of the beta is 1, right, it's as volatile as the market. If it's 2, it's twice. You get the drift. So it's 1.2, then it's 20% more. So how to use beta, right? You have this formula as mentioned earlier. So you can match your own risk preferences using the amount of beta you want. So if you want higher risk, right? If you want higher return, you will take a portfolio with a higher beta. So you can see here, if the market return is 10, the risk rate is 5. So the premium is actually 5%. So you get 5 and then plus the beta times the premium. So you get this amount. So if I take in a larger amount, I will have a higher return. But then you have to remember that if I have a higher return, that means I'm actually taking more risk. The risk that cannot be diversified away. So you can also use the beta to tell you if the portfolio is underpriced, fairly priced, or overpriced. So let's say I have a stock that I want, so stock A, and then I do a calculated return, and I know that the calculated return is actually lower. So the you want this. Sorry. Yeah. For the stock in the market is returning you this amount, but you calculate that it's supposed to be lower. So stock A is actually underpriced because in the market it's going to return you much more than you expected. Yeah. So how do you get beta, right? Beta is actually estimated using linear regression. So what you do is actually you have a company that you want to find out what the beta is, and then you plot the risk of a standard stock. So usually they will use the S&P 500 index, and then against the risk, the returns of the S&P 500, and then against the returns of the company of interest, and then you'll get this line, and then you just try and find the straight line. So basically, you'll get the beta from this. So usually it'll take about 4 to 5 years of monthly returns to establish the regression line. Alternatively, right, if a company wants the beta in a much shorter amount of time, they can actually take daily returns over a few months. So yeah, that's how they get the beta. And one thing to note is that because why do they need 4 to 5, right? It's because if you get more points, right, you get more accurate line. Can you imagine if, let's say, I got only 2 points and then I draw a line, then that will be quite inaccurate. So you try and get as many points as possible so that you can plot the straight line. Because if you measure your beta wrongly, right, and then you try and let's say to find whether is it underpriced or overpriced. Sometimes you can get a different result. Yeah. So to recap, right, diversification can expose exposure to unsystematic risk, which is diversifiable risk, as shown in this graph. You want to reduce the risk all the way until here. So systematic risk, which is over here, well, can be quantified by using the beta value. So beta can be used to construct portfolios to match individual risk preference. So as I said before, if you want a higher return and you want to take on more risk, you just take a portfolio with a higher beta. So I think we've come to the end. Thank you. Is there any questions?